What if their game is failing? What if their use of fear, coercion, intimidation, and threats is not working on everybody? Because it's not. It's not working on me. It's not working on you. No matter what they say on the mainstream media and these politicians at the highest level, are you going to listen to them? Or are you going to think for yourself and act in your own best interest and take personal responsibility for yourself? Hey everyone, welcome to the Freedom Lover Show. I'm your host, David James Rodriguez, and we are building a voluntary world, one relationship at a time. And it's a great epiphany to realize that their game of death, of injecting toxic chemicals into well-intentioned, trusting people, is not working for many people. And you see what's happening, a lot of these deaths out here. So when you realize that they are using death, the solution is what? Life. We got to play the game of life. And so that's why I got so much respect for you folks out there who believe in voluntary relationships, in personal responsibility, in peace. This is where it's all going. It doesn't matter your title, your uniform, your badge. None of that matters any longer. What matters is, are you using peace or are you using violence? That is it, my friends. This is called the self-ownership global, self-ownership worldwide awakening. I stumbled over global because I know some of you folks believe in a flat earth, and I don't know about that issue entirely, okay? But the world is awakening to themselves. And what is themselves? Well, you guys are kings and queens. You are the living men and women, not the corporate fiction like a corporation itself, a public corporation. All these entities are losing legitimacy because we're starting to realize they're not real. They are pieces of paper, scraps of parchment that you write some numbers on and say, I have a corporation. Well, where is it? It's on this piece of paper. Where is that? No, you file it with anyways. So the solution, one of them, in my opinion, as Etienne de la Boétie said over 500 years ago, is to withdraw your support. The state used to be a voluptuous grape on the vine, and now it's becoming a raisin. It's becoming shriveled. It is experiencing entropy because you can only fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And those people are you and me. And we are awakening to the greatness of our own personal life, our divine creation, our beingness, the mystery that we are. Do you realize how beautiful it is to be alive? And how these psychos at the top don't care about human life? That's why they're doing this. They have such an evil agenda, and they're failing. That's why they had to do the scamdemic, because we are starting to wake up from 9/11 and all these false flag operations that they've got going on, including Operation Northwoods, which if you don't know anything about, you got to take a look at, because it is the most diabolical thing, one of them that you can imagine on the record at the highest levels of this corporation known as United States government. And so once you start to realize, I got a lot of sun on my face, how about that? When you stop supporting the state, it will go away. And if you haven't listened to The Law by Frederick Bosch yet, I highly recommend you do that. He had a great point. And he says, when plunder becomes too dangerous or as dangerous as labor, it will stop. Right now, plunder is so easy for the city, state, and federal governments that you're getting plundered, I'm getting plundered. And he said, you have three options. You can have a system where everybody gets plundered. You can have a system where limited people get plundered, or you can have a system where nobody gets plundered. Which one makes most sense to you? For a peaceful world, for a consensual, moral, exciting existence. I vote for no plunder. How about you? Well, it's very exciting because I met a lady, I heard about this lady, 23 years old, who she got pulled over, and unfortunately she got kidnapped, but she was also exercising the right to travel, which is a God-given right, and this whole driver's license scam also is falling apart. So as you can see in the back here, I'm a human rights investigator, in my card, I'm looking for human rights violations. And when you start to stand in your power, then you're not going to be thwarted with anything else which is going on, because you know who you are. And that's what's happening, is people are starting to know who they are at a deep level. And you're not a citizen, you're not a person, you are a living being with life. And that's exciting. So I want to thank you guys for standing up for your truth and what you believe in, because these sick people at the top, they say the most ridiculous things you can imagine. And that is Zbigniew Brzezinski. He said, it used to be easier to control 1 million people than it is to kill them. And now it's easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control them. So that's what they're playing. They're playing the game of death, my friends. And you and I are playing the game of life. And so if we want to win in a big way, let's withdraw our cooperation, withdraw our support. And just like a grape becomes a raisin, the state will become a statue. It will be frozen in time, like those people at Pompeii. And we will not be plundered any longer. So thanks for joining me on the Freedom Lover Show. We are building a voluntary world, one relationship at a time. It is a worldwide self-ownership awakening. Start local. Start one conversation at a time. Do some canvassing. Print some flyers out. Print some memes out. Go out and stand up for the truth, my friends. It is a very exciting time to be alive, and you're a visionary on the earth, as am I and the people who we're all friends with. We'll see you next time.